What is going on, guys? It's Race Red Stang here today, and we're going to be changing the oil on my mom's 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan. Also changing oil on my dad's Kia Soul. Now, we're not doing anything with the Stang today because yesterday we went ahead and got the skinnies mounted up on the wheels, and I was going to get the rears mounted up and get those on the car too, but they only sent one tire in the mail. I'm a little upset about that. It's still messing around inside Jacksonville, Florida. The other three, they all came from one distribution center. So they all came at the same time, but I'm hoping that they'll be here by Monday or Tuesday so I can hit the track next Friday and I can give you an update on the quarter mile. But anyways, let's go ahead and move over to the Dodge Grand Caravan. My dad just replaced the oil pan last oil change because the bolt was seized on the bottom. So we're going to be real careful today while taking off the bolt. And I'm also going to go through some of the steps and the process on how to change the oil on one of these as well. Stick around to the end of the video today because we're also going to be working on my dad's 66 Chevelle. It's a 454 big block supercharged. We're going to be changing out the differential fluid today, changing out the differential cover. Also going to be taking off the Flowmaster 50s and putting Flowmaster 40s on there so it sounds a little bit more louder and rowdy than what it is. When we have the mufflers off, we're also going to start it so you can hear what it sounds like. It's going to sound pretty loud. I'll definitely go ahead and make sure the audio sounds good so you could hear what it sounds like. But anyways, like I said before, let's get started with the van, and we'll eventually get to the Chevelle later on today. Today on the Dodge Grand Caravan, we're going to be using STP high mileage oil with this car having almost 230,000 miles on it. You definitely want to, or any car that has high mileage, you definitely want to use a high mileage oil. It's really good for conditioning seals and just keeping a bunch of the internals really fresh and lubricated. You know, as the cars get older, they wear out. It needs a little bit more lubrication to go ahead and keep it going. Also, we're using a Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer. This right here, with older cars, you get a lot of knock when you start up in the morning. Sometimes the oil doesn't stick to certain spots inside the engine, but this right here goes ahead and allows that oil and allows it to stick into certain areas that normally drip down with an older engine and just helps this car on startup a little bit. And then we just got a standard STP 10,000 mile oil filter. Now we're changing the oil a little bit sooner than 10,000. We're doing it about every 6 just because it's a higher mileage. So with changing oil a little bit sooner, you just keep it fresher and it keeps the engine going. That's why this car is sitting at 230,000 miles. We do a lot of maintenance on it. We fix a lot of stuff and we do it all ourselves, and that's why it stays as fresh as it does. Go ahead and let's get underneath the car, start draining the oil, and then once the oil is draining, we'll come up to the top. We'll go ahead and take out the oil filter here. It's just a standard cartridge. We just take I think it's a 22 mil or 25 mil. We take it, just undo it, pull out the filter, put the new one in, make sure the spring stays in place, and put that back in place, and then we can start filling the oil once it's done draining.
Ryan Little.
Japan.
Stabilizers in. I'm going to go ahead and finish filling up with the oil here, and sort of use the oil to rinse off the rest of the stabilizer. Now, putting this oil in after the stabilizer, it's going to go ahead and flush everything down and sort of help mix it up before we start the car. Now, as I was as the time lapse is going, as you guys just saw, I went ahead and was cleaning up some of the paper towels and the oil filter I was using, and I saw this O-ring, and I'm like, where's that from? It was in the filter box, and I'm like, you know what? That goes on the new filter, belongs with the filter on the filter cover, so I have to take that back off and put the fresh one on. It's just something that I missed. I didn't see it in the box, but I'll go ahead and show you that again. Oil change on the van is done. Once my mom comes home with my dad's Kia. I'm gonna go ahead and roll these off the ramps, move my car, move the Kia on up, and then we'll go ahead and change the oil on the Kia. But right now, while we're waiting for that, let's go on over to my dad and see what he's got going on. He's already cutting the mufflers off, so we could go ahead and put the Flowmaster 40s on. I'll go ahead and put the camera down and we'll go ahead and watch that.
So I can see what it looks like inside.
No, aren't you gonna sell them?
I don't know. They look rusted inside. Worn out.
It's one of those things. Then you might as well. Be pretty cool to cut them open.
Give me.
It smells like.
Give me that socket set you got, Matt, over there.
The what?
The socket set. Give me 5/8.
Dad, these mufflers smell like your gas.
Well, just give me a size and I'll see if it.
It smells
that's
exactly like the 110.
Oh my god!
I think Dad wants to kill me.
Too big.
It's
too
3/8.
This is gonna be even bigger.
That's smaller.
No, that is not. That's even bigger.
3/8.
Next one.
Smaller?
Yes.
3/8.
I'm out of sockets after this one.
Right one.
Okay.
Size.
That's 5/8. I was right.
Look at you getting all fancy and shit.
Who's home?
Not Mom.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh. Then who do you care? Then why'd you care who's home then if you don't care?
Oh, right.
Right out, baby. Start the car here. Mufflers are out. Oh boy, here we go. Ooh-wee. Holy cow, man, does that sound awesome.
I have to tell you, Todd, that sounds freaking awesome. As a woman,
oh man,
That sounds so good.
that sounds so aggressive.
Once you did the first turnover, I heard the first turnover and I knew it was going to be loud.
Damn. That is one thing pretty cool about the Flowmasters. You can see that. You see where it comes in. The heat goes through, hits some of the baffles. You see the weld marks. And the gas sort of folds through there, like almost like a grated. And then there goes back to your V shape. And then that's when the heat comes back around, comes back to that out. That's one thing pretty cool about these older exhaust parts.
It has like, it's not too loud, but it sounds good. That's kind of nice. You can definitely tell the difference.
About to start on the Kia here. So we're not doing any additives on this one. The car only has like 30,000 miles on it. Nothing too crazy. It's a 2017. No special fuels or any blends of oil, but we're using full synthetic 5W20, what the owner's manual states, and we're also using the Dexos approved Gen 2. So just a little overview on that. Gen 2 Dexos is basically a different way that they judge oils, and it's a lot stricter than the old generation, and then even stricter than old styles of oil, how they used to measure different types of wear additives, and the way they just last over time. This one, STP, is really good for Korean cars too. I know we used it in the minivan, but for the minivan, it's just what we've been using for the longest time. But with Kia, we really like this oil. This also has anti-wear additives. That's another nice bonus with the Gen 2 Dexos. It's also manufactured from natural gas, so it's a lot cleaner from their factory or the refinery or wherever they make it. And we're using the recommended STP extended life filter. It's good for 2 oil changes for 10,000. But again, like with the minivan, we always change the filter every 5 whenever we do the oil. We're always changing every 5. The sooner you change the oil, the more cleaner and healthier oil you keep in the car. But anyways, I'm going to go under the car. I'm going to set the camera up again. We're going to go ahead and drain the oil. And the oil filter, and this one's on the bottom, so I'll be able to stay on the ground and work a little bit more efficiently. Up here, I'll go ahead and pull the cap up before I start draining. Just because it's only 5 quarts, it's not going to come out that fast. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Just open it up, set it on the side, just to go ahead and release some of the vacuum. Go ahead and set that up, get that going, and we'll go ahead and drain it. Catch you on the bottom. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. The Kia is now done with the oil change. The van is done with its oil change. My dad is finishing up on a Chevelle, replacing the dip cover and filling it up with the fluid. We got the exhaust done, which I'll have at the end of the video for you guys. And that'll be it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video.